Hi, Stampers. Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com. And I want to thank you all for coming and watching me tonight. If you are out there live, it would be great if you could post up a thumbs up or a comment or anything. I will tell you we've had some issues. Oh, good. Terry, can you hear me, Terry? I hope. So anyway, we've had some issues this evening. So this morning, I thought we were going to wake up to snow this morning. We woke up to rain, and it rained a lot in the night. And then about 9 o'clock, the snow began. And it snowed all day, very heavily, with big, huge flakes. Heavy, 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 heavy snow. So, great. Thanks, Terry. Anyway, so the snow has now stopped, but the problem is that the trees are so heavy with snow that lights have started to flicker, and so I'm kind of afraid I might lose power tonight. If I do, thank you for coming. I probably won't try to get back on, but hopefully I won't. I mean, I can see that it definitely has stopped snowing, and a lot of the trees are dropping. Hi, Deanna. A lot of the trees are dropping the snow, so. Typical weather for Red Lodge Memorial Day weekend. I don't hardly even remember a Memorial Day weekend that we didn't have snow. I'm kind of sad though because my apple trees are covered with blossoms that weren't open yet. So hopefully the snow didn't freeze them out and they'll still open up. Last year, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, they were absolutely beautiful, the blossoms. But anyway, we'll see. I guess we'll find out. It is supposed to warm up. The big news is that, the road from Red Lodge that goes over to Yellowstone is supposed to open tomorrow, and of course we have snow, so they're going to be plowing. It's not going to be open. This morning there were lots of campers, lots of motorcycles in town. Yeah, so I'm sure they're all staying in hotels. Anyway, Terry says about 60 miles south, they got rain until a few hours ago. Well, yeah, it's like I said, it's done here. We might get a little bit more rain, but it's a heavy, heavy snow, and I really don't have any intention of shoveling. I'm just going to let it melt. Tomorrow the sun is supposed to shine. It's supposed to get into the 50s, so it will melt, and my grass will grow like crazy, and then I'll have to wait for it to dry out so I can cut it. Anyway, stamping. So this weekend, I immersed myself in stamping. That's pretty much what I did most of the weekend. I worked on some class plans, I worked on some projects, and I stamped for just fun. So it was really a great weekend. I can't complain, and I am here to show. I'm not going to show everything I did because some of it is classes coming down. Oh, Diane, it was 91 there today. I'm sorry. We never get to 90. Hardly ever. If we get a 90-degree day in Red Lodge, we are all dying. We usually have 70s, 80s, and then in the evenings when the sun goes down, everybody puts on a sweatshirt, starts a fire in their fire pit. But that's what I like about living in the mountains. So I don't really care for the snow this time of year, but like I said, it's typical. When my daughter was in kindergarten, school always gets out the week after Memorial Day here, and it was her kindergarten. It was her last picnic it was the last day picnic of the year, and we went sledding. That's how much snow we had. But kids are fine. They were fine. They loved it. They all dug out their snow pants and mittens, and we went sledding. So, all right. So I'm going to flip my camera. If you have any questions, put them up in the chat. I am seeing the chat, so I know that people are here, which is great. And like I said, if I do flicker off tonight, it's because of the power, and it is what it is, and I will just come back another time. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started on my desktop. I bet you do, Diana. I grew up in Minnesota, in northern Minnesota, where winters are long. So, all right, I'm going to start by showing you this because this was like one of my favorite things I made this weekend. I got this idea. I believe her name is Debbie Harrison. And it was like this afternoon that I thought, oh, I need to look that up. And then I forgot. I'm trying to adjust my lights so that you can see better. Anyway, This is a box, and it is so stinking cute. So it uses that birdhouse set, and it's a box, and it slides off on the back. And then it's a good size box. There are lots of demonstrators making all kinds of boxes. I've had another one here that I was working on, and then I saw this one and quit. She actually had a roof on it with a hanger that came off the top. I didn't quite get to that part, but this is all done with Pool Party and black and a little bit of smoky slate because that was the cardstock that was sitting next to me. Anyway, I will be doing pictures and a tutorial of that at some point. I don't have it done yet. And then I took a little training session online. And these were cards, some of the make and takes that we did. So we got make and takes, which was great. And this is using the birdhouse. Let me show you in the book. This was actually my absolute favorite thing in the whole book when we first got it. I was quite obsessed with these 2 pages. I just love everything about it. I love the colors. I love the birdhouse. And I am looking forward to doing a class with these. All right, so in this particular class, we used the Country Birdhouse dies and stamp set. And then we used the this paper, which is called Country Woods, this is 12 by 12 paper. I don't know. Oh yeah, here it is. Maybe I can show you. Shoot, sorry. I have like several packs of this paper laying around here, but let me show you it. It's really cool. So it's got these great wood grains with all different colors in them. I only have 5 right here, but there's 6. Right? And then on the other side, you get the colorful wood grains. I love this one. These colors remind me of my daughter's house out in Oregon. So anyway, that was the paper that we used. And then we used some of the beige. Is that what it's called? Let me see. Basic beige. I don't know if I'm ever going to remember that. Some basic beige ribbon and then some of the gems or pearls that are in that suite. Cute cards though. Add a little paper down there. These aren't exactly what she did in hers because I changed them up a little bit and make them my own. I did add a little bit of Wink Estella onto that bird too. But I just love this one. Look at how cute that birdhouse is. And it's just so pretty. Moonlight. Misty Moonlight is the color I used, and then Smoky Slate in that bird. And this one too. This one I used Misty Moonlight and Pool Party. And I just actually used one of the light Misty, and then the Pool Party brought it up. Added a little bit darker Pool Party in there. But don't always think of your blends as being able to blend only colors that coordinate. You can, bring a different color up. So this one was Pretty in Pink and Smoky Slate. But they were cute cards. Lots of fun to make. And then I took another class from another gal, Erica Serwin, and she used, it's in the back here. And this one, Hugs, Heart and Hugs, page 61. All right, so on this one, we also used that birdhouse paper, but we used the lacy stuff. Oh, right here. All right, so with this one, we used this pack of paper, which is called Country Lace. And we used this stamp set, Heart and Hugs. It's a cute set. It's not one that I normally would have gotten, but these are pretty cute projects. So she taught us some techniques. And again, this is using blends and tearing paper, which I haven't torn paper for years. But, we just tore it and crinkled it up and gave it some texture. But the blends, she used pecan pie and just used light and dark. And then a little bit of Pretty in Pink, coordinate with cardstock. And then on this one, we actually watercolored this. This is done on these walruses are done on watercolor paper. Super easy technique. I'm probably going to show that in a class because this was really super easy and it went fast. And they turned out really cute. And then this one was Blends the Smoky Slate. I don't think we used, I think those are the colors I used. Smoky Slate and Pretty in Pink. But kind of a cute, fun fold card. And then we made this little box. Super easy, done with one piece of cardstock. And it opens up and you can put a treat in there. And I kind of got into boxes lately too, so that's interesting because I haven't made boxes for a while either. Anyway, that was just a fun little class I took. And then, let's see, a couple more things. Oh, I wanted to show you. So as you know, when somebody places an order with me, I do a tutorial each month. This month's tutorial uses the Take to the Sky collection, and I made 6 cards using that collection. And so when you place an order with me, I email you a thank you with the tutorial link in there. So if you have placed an order, and quite a few people did this month, it should be in your inbox. Sometimes it goes to your junk folder. That's okay. If you placed an order and you didn't see the email, just send me an email and I will send it back. I will get it back to you and make sure that you get the email. But these are the cards for May's tutorial. So May is the Take to the Skies. And so what happens, you will get a package of product, which will include like 1/8 of a pack of the designer series paper, the cardstock that I used, some linen thread, and some of the embellishments to use on your cards. You get all the products to make these. I just wanted to put that out there so that you knew that. Make sure you're getting your emails. All right. Next, I'm going to talk about this one, to market. So this is one of those stamp sets that I wasn't sure about when it first came out in the catalog. However, I'm a paper girl, and I thought that this was the absolute most beautiful paper I've ever seen. And it truly is. I had so much fun with it this weekend that I chopped it all up and used a bunch of it. But this is what I have left. I just ordered another pack tonight. And then you get both sides. So you get wood grains, and I'm going to show you my projects I did, but I also wanted to show you, this is, oh, I better not put that there. Oh, we got it twice. That's funny. All right, here's some more of those pieces. And then this is a vegetable page that I just loved. I loved this plaid, and I loved the baskets that were behind it. But what I ended up doing, I got a little carried away this weekend when I was playing, and I cut them all up. So the vegetables all come in with the die. With the stamp set, Market Goodness also has a die set so that you can cut out the paper or you can cut out the stamped images. Okay, so let me see. I don't think it has a label in there. Oops. You can hear they're flopping around in here. Yeah. Oh, and it has this little bag, which I love. This was worth it just for this little bag. Wait till I show you the projects. Anyway, so those are the dies, and I'm going to use them tonight. Oh, here's a die cut bag tucked in here. I don't know. Let's see. I need a piece of paper. There you go. How cute is that? Wait till I show you what I did with it. So anyway, I ended up cutting out all the pieces, and I've got them all in a box here, and I do plan to play with them because if you got time, cut them up. But tonight I'm going to show you a card that I'm going to make with this because I wanted to use the stamp set tonight. So we are going to put this paper set. I've got a piece of thick basic white. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Okay. So I'm going to take a piece of thick basic white. I think I'll ever get that through my head. Cut it in half, which is 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to turn it on its side, go to 4 1/4, and with my scoring blade, so I try to keep those separate, I'm going to score this. And the reason that I score it is because it is very thick, and you won't get a nice crisp edge. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I think I'm going to lay this flat because I want to stamp. So this particular stamp set, this Market Goodness, is a cute little set. And Oh, you know what? I'm going to put this aside because I wanted to cut. I'm going to cut this. This is what happens when I have it in my head and I didn't really make a card. I just thought I'd do it. All right, so I'm cutting this one to 4 by 5 1/4 because I'm going to layer it onto my card base. This way, if I screw it up, no, I'm just kidding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it and then I'm going to layer that on top of there. You probably can't see because white on white, but it looks really cool. I'm coming in with some ink colors. I'm going to use Garden Green, Pumpkin Pie, and Real Red. I'm coming in with some stamps. So these stamps, called Market Goodness, these are stamps that would be called two-step stamps. When I first started stamping, I loved two-step stamping. It actually says that down there, 2 steps. It was my favorite. So that's why I was like, oh, I want to play with that because I love two-step stamping. So we're going to take the head of lettuce. And as you can see, it takes 2 stamps to complete the whole thing. So it's got a solid stamp and then it's got a detailed image stamp. I'm going to stamp the detailed image stamp first, and I'm going to stamp it full on with Garden Green ink. Ah, did you see me? I moved a little bit. That's all right. Flip it over. You own both sides of the paper. So I'm going to stamp it with full on ink, and you can just see that that's basically just the details. That's just the details of the head of lettuce. So then I'm going to come in and ink up the more solid piece. I'm going to stamp it off once. I'll stamp it off, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to line it up, and I might put my head in the way because I want to make sure that I get this lined up correctly. Close enough. And when you stamp it, then you get a head of lettuce with detail. It's cool. All right, so then we'll do the same thing with the tomatoes. Sorry about that. Oh, look, that's all right. We're going to do the same thing with the tomatoes. Now, I don't really like the clanking of this glass. I don't know if I'm going to keep this glass mat here. I might have to find another table to put it on. So the tomatoes are not two of this, they're not the same. We're going to do the tomatoes in Real Red. Somehow I'm going to have to cover it with that blob up. And then I'm going to come in with the vine with Garden Green. And it really is not hard to line them up once you practice a little bit. So then you get the tomato with the vine. And then, of course, we have to have some carrots. Come in with my carrots. Love them. And then I'm going to come in with the top of my carrots. See, that has a little red ink on there. I'm going to wipe that off before I get red ink all over everything. Put the tops on the top of my carrots. I just love this. Oh, and then we have to we'll try everything. Let's see. I think that this would be like an onion. Let's do a red onion. Do a little red onion down there. I don't know, I want this one here. And then we'll add this to the top of it. And then last, we'll have a radish. Now, one of the things that you could do with this, I don't want a green radish though, is that Yeah, when you're doing 60 cards, you do want to have, we'll put it up here. I want to get a little triangle of, when you're doing 60 cards, you do want to have two-step stamps because they do your coloring and everything. But anyway, it's so cool. I love two-step stamps. I always have. And I'm really thankful that I got to play with this one tonight because I had this stamp set here, and really the only thing that I actually used on it so far was the words. And it has a little dash, which I'm probably going to use to try to cover up that mess I got going there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with these little crosses. I don't know if you can see those, but you will be when I stamp these in green across here. Now you don't even hardly know that I mucked it up. So just a really fun, it's just a really fun set. So much you could do with it. All right, so then when I've got that, I might even want to do some more carrots. I don't know why I feel the need to keep stamping, but we'll do some over here. I just think the carrots are really cute. I think the whole set is cute. All right, I better stop. So that is all your vegetables. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hello stamp and I'm going to cut off just a strip. I think I'm going to do like 3/4 of an inch and hope that hello works on there. If it doesn't, then I'm going to use something else. So this is just 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 inches with the hello. Perfect. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with a real rag hello. Stamp that right there. I'm going to just trim my edge a little bit, and then if I cut in the middle, hopefully I'm right in the camera. I'm really trying hard to stay in the camera. Sometimes I have a tendency to pull myself in and then you don't really see what I'm doing. So I just cut a little off of that. I'm going to make this a little banner. Make sure I'm in the camera. Find some dimensional. So here's some little tiny ones that'll work. Excuse me. I'm going to add those on there. This is just going to get added on to there. Really a super simple card. If I wanted to, I think I will. I think I want to. I was going to grab some linen thread, but I think I just, here, I dropped it kind of behind. All right, so I'm going to take some, I think this is either linen thread or baker's twine, but I think it's linen thread. Get it straightened out a little bit. I'm going to add another dimensional in the middle here. And then I'm just going to take this and kind of loop it. And take the cover off. All right, so I just put that down in the middle. Give it a loop. Give it another. I'll loop it again because I have enough, and I'll loop it again because why not? I have enough. There. And then I'm just going to take this and add this on to my card. Super easy little note card. And then I'm going to take, again, like I said, I used the thick Whisper White. Remember, if you muck up the stamping, you flip it over and use the other side because you own both sides of the paper. And this, I'm just going to add it on right as just a layer. And it doesn't seem like much, but it sure makes, oops, nice thing about multi-purpose glue, you get a little bit of time. It moves around. But I hope you can see that. Just that little tiny bit of dimension makes a difference on that card. It's super easy, cute card. If you make a comment tonight in my comment thing, or even, yeah, if you make a comment tonight while I'm live, I'll mail this card off to you. Somebody that comments. I'll just put everybody's name in the hat and send it off. So everybody that comments, no matter how many comments you make, I will add that to my list. All right, I'm going to do another card with this set. I'm not sure if I'm going to stamp. I haven't decided yet, really. But I wanted to come in and use some of the dies. And I wanted to show you on this paper how I set up my dies. So I actually saved this scrap of paper. I was cutting it all and I thought, oh, I better save that because I want to show these guys how I set up my dies. And I got kind of bent. I think the dog might have ran off with it. All right, so you're going to take your dies. I'm going to clean that paper out of there. So these are the carrots. And when you lay them on there, you line them up so the carrot, the ends of the carrot go right, so that when you're looking through the hole of your die, you can see the full carrot. Once you get it where you want it, I'm going to use a little Post-it tape. Now, I will tell you, like this Post-it tape, I just stick it to the top of my Big Shot or my cut and emboss machine, because that's what it is. And then I use it over and over and over and over till it has no more Post-it note to it. So I used a few pieces of this for the whole weekend. They're still on the machine. They're still on my machine and I could still use them, but I just wanted to show you. And I'm actually just taping this right down to the platform so that when I move this over there, it doesn't slide. I guess I don't have a radish, but I do have an onion. So that you can see how these all line up to the images. And the stamped images are the same size. So really, this is one of those things where you wouldn't necessarily have to have the stamp set, but the paper you have to have because it's so beautiful. Wait till I show you my class that I'm doing. Oh, there's 2 tomatoes. All right, so I don't have a radish on there. This also has a couple little flowers and some stems and a little bow. That's what I'm going to cut first. So I'm going to make my sandwich. I'm going to put this through the cut and emboss machine. I'll do it over here on my table so it's out of my way. Like I have these little Post-it note papers everywhere over here. And then I come back, and when I pull this off, that Post-it paper and then I have these perfectly cut dies. And again, I could cut out another tomato if I chose to by lining it up with that one. I'll save this paper. I'll probably do that later. Now the peppers doesn't have a die. And there's the carrots because we need those. So all of these pieces, I just attach to the handle of my cut and emboss machine, and then I use them over and over and over and over till they no longer have any stick or are not working, and then I throw them away. This kind of tape is Post-it tape. I bought this a long time ago here in Red Lodge, but you can get it at any office supply place. It's called Post-it tape. I would recommend it. I have found, I didn't use it forever. See, I told you they're everywhere. And I would get frustrated with die cutting because everything moves. It always moves. And it just frustrated me to no end. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, well, you know what? If you just, I'm looking for my little bag. If you tape it down, you're going to be a lot happier. I'm going to use this piece, I think, for the bag. It like flew away. So I'm going to go ahead and go cut one of these out. Why is it I always lose my plastic? Oh, it's on the bottom. Never mind. Sorry. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this through the machine. And I didn't use tape because it can move. It doesn't matter as long as it doesn't move off my paper. It's not like I'm trying to line it up to a stamped image. And then what you get here is you get this. It's all these little pieces stick on there, and then this is the die. It's actually in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke out these other pieces, and then the dies have little holes so that you can pull them out. All right. So this is the little basket. Now, this is the part that I thought was so cool this weekend. I'm going to show you with this piece of paper. We are going to take this and we're going to add it to this so that I can tuck my vegetables down inside there and they're inside the bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of multi-purpose glue. I've become a green glue person just in the last few weeks. Again, I always had green glue. As you can see, I'm just putting just a little dab around it because I just want this to attach to that paper with just enough adhesive to hold it together. And I left it open at the top there. There's a reason I left it open because I want to have it be a bag I can put stuff in. So anyway, I've become a green glue person, which I find interesting because I've been stamping forever. And for some reason I didn't like it. And I get it on everything. I get it all over me. All right, so there's my bag. Then I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and very carefully cut around my edges here. So this little bag that you carry your vegetables in is really cute, done with like beige or crumb cake or any natural color. I was using, I think pecan was some of the colors I was using. I just usually use the colors that are in the paper. There, I cut in front of you. That's pretty good. I mean, there's just a little sliver here that I want to give that curved edge to that bag. So there's my bag, right? And then I can take my vegetables and I can slide them between. How cute is that? Put the carrots in there. Put the tomatoes in there. And where's that other piece? Suppose I lost the. I shouldn't see. Oh, here's the green bag I was looking for. Anyway, cute, huh? Now you have a bag that actually holds stuff. Yeah, Terry, I do get a lot of glue on myself. I do. There's no doubt about that. So let's see. I could use this piece of paper. I'm just going to use up some of my scraps that are laying here. Oh, let's see. All right. Pull out a piece of cardstock. Today we're going to use pumpkin pie and the paper cutter. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. You can see I'm just stamping on a whim. Turn it, score it. I also was never one to score my cardstock. And you know, you're just happier when your score lines and everything is straight. All right. I think I'm going to use this piece on there because I like it. And then I'm going to come in and do some stamping. So let's use this one. I better make sure these are clean so I don't end up with garden green in my pumpkin pie. Can you see me? Just add some little hash crosses. This, I know, right? Well, today I felt like I should be doing Christmas cards with all the snow we had. However, our farmer's market starts soon, and this is so fun. It just really is a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to take this piece, even though I like that piece too. We're going to add this on here. I'm going to take the Thanks a Bunch. I should have done a whole bunch of carrots because for some reason that carrot is just cracking me up and I love it. So, do I dare stamp on that dotted paper? Oh yeah, what the heck, let's do it. Oh, I don't like it. All right, so when that happens, we're going to, happens a lot. I'm going to put a bunch of dimensionals on this. And then I'm going to grab a 2-inch punch. All right. So I just need a little piece of Whisper Basic White, right? You'd think I've had a million scraps laying around. Ink that up in orange. Pumpkin pie. Stamp it down. I think my pumpkin pie needs to be re-inked. That might be part of the issue. Punch that out. Put some dimensionals on the back of it. I don't know, I got these little tiny dimensionals. I just grabbed what was closest. I'm going to add that right over the top of the one that I don't care for. And then use this little embellishment here. Just so stinking cute. And you've got just a really quick card. A little bit of stamping, a little bit of cutting out. So, again, if you're watching the replay, and I will check because I'm going to check as soon as this is done. Now, I'll check the replay in 24 hours. So, Saturday morning, right? No, tomorrow night. I'm going to check the replay, and anybody that has commented, I'm going to toss your names in a hat and draw one out, and I'm going to send that card to you. I'm going to ask for your address, so watch the comments. Oh. All right, so that is Market Goodness Stamps and Dies. Now, I am doing a class to go, which is something new. I've never done one. People do them a lot, but so what my class to go is I send you a packet of supplies, which would include a half a pack of the go-to-market paper, designer series paper, a spool of linen thread, and a pack of embellishments. And then I send you all the cardstock, whether it's garden green, pumpkin pie, whatever colors I use here. Blackberry Bliss, pecan. So I send you all the cardstock, 8 envelopes, so enough to make 2 of each type of card, and then this little box. You'll have enough to make 2 boxes, and this is actually a magnetic box. It closes with a magnet. I am taking sign-ups for that, and it's signs-ups, and next week they're at the top of my website, www.DDStamps.com. So if you're interested in getting a packet of supplies and then the tutorial and a video showing you the projects that I made, these are them. I'm going to show you the actual projects with the decorated envelopes. Look at that cute bag. This one's done in pecan pie with cutouts. And then these embellishments, like this is from the Spotlight on Nature. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Spotlight on Nature I'll just cut those out for you and pop them into your kits. But I won't cut out, you know, you'll need the dies or a good pair of scissors and the stamp set if you want to make them exactly the same. I used garden green, pumpkin pie, and real red ink, and then the embellishments. But look at how cute these turned out. I just think they're so cute with the matching envelopes. And I'm going to get 2 of each. So then there's this one. This one I did the inside too. Anytime it's a dark cardstock on the inside, you gotta jazz it up. All right, so that is my go-to-market class. It's class to go. You place an order for it. I'm gonna be placing those orders, and the kits mail out to you like June 4th, and you'll get the link to the tutorial and all the supplies in your packet. So you might want to look into that. All right, next one is this paper. Let me move these. In fact, I might clean up just a slight bit because I got red. Yeah, I do love the pumpkin pie and the garden green colors. Those are great. I don't know what I'm stamping in this next project. So this is a paper. Oh, let's find it in here. I got the paper when I was down in Mexico. We get to spin a wheel each day and see if we win. And I won this paper. Oh, it's beautiful. 6 by 6. You get 40. How many sheets? 48 sheets. So you get 4 of 12 designs. So there's a lot of paper in here. I'm going to pull this out. I'm just going to show you quickly. It's just beautiful. It's all somebody hand watercolored these. Look at that. This paper almost makes me want to just frame it and hang it up. Which I actually have some little square frames, which might be kind of cute. I might do that and hang them in my bedroom. You never know. Anyway, I'm going to make a couple cards with these tonight because I thought they were so cool. So let's start with this one here. Start with this. Using Misty Moonlight is my layer. My card base is actually boho blue. I took the colors right off the pack of the designer series paper. I'm folding this in half. I did not score it, even though I should have. So there's my card base. I took this piece of designer series paper and just cut it down. And you're going to want to know the size, right? So it's, let me measure it here. It is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then this one is probably, yeah, 3 3/4 by 5. So, no, that can't be a 5. 4 1/4. 4 3/4. All right, let's start over because I gave you the wrong measurement. If you want this measurement, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and then this one is 3 3/4 by 5. So we're just going to add this. I mean, this is what you call the world's fastest card because the paper is going to do all the work for you. We're going to put that on there. And then we're going to use some dimensionals because I do like the look of it being lifted a little bit. Oh, before I do that, I might stamp the front of this before I might stamp right there. Let's see. We'll use a little Misty Moonlight. And I didn't have the stamp set. Could I get them all much more crooked? My gosh. You guys should be calling me out on this stuff. I might have to pull out another piece of paper. Oh well. Somebody's getting a crooked card. Be more careful than I am. It didn't look that crooked. All right. We're going to stamp. This is a great stamp set, Unbounded Love. But what really rocks in this stamp is this die set. Look at this. Look at these dies. So many labels. There's just tons and tons of them. In fact, let's use this one. And I'll just use a piece of basic white. So I happen to have a scrap sitting right here that's going to work. So I'm going to put this through my cut and emboss machine. This will make that crooked card look better. My scrap is such a scrap that I gotta fit the die on there just right. And then hope it doesn't move. I didn't tape it down. There. You run it through the machine. And then we have a label. We are going to take the happy birthday because it's a pretty good size one. And I think it will fit. I'm still cleaning stamps from the last project. All right. Happy birthday. Ooh. Okay, so now my Misty Moonlight has a lot of ink on it. Stamp that. So pretty. I'm really bummed about this. Oh well, not much I can do. I won't mail this card to anybody. I might do another one or fix it somehow. Make it a little bit straighter. Put that on there. And we're going to add this onto the Misty Moonlight. I'll do better on the next card. Next card's a little bit more involved. A little bit, not too bad, but this has a different technique. Get all the dimensionals off my fingers. And there's a really quick, easy birthday card where the paper does all the work. It's really beautiful. All right. Put that in there. Let me clean up my stamp because it's full of Misty. All right, so the next card, I'm coming in. This is Petal Pink. And another piece of that designer series paper. Look how pretty that is. The colors in here are just stunning. Okay, so this one, this piece of cardstock is 5.5 by 5 1/4, scored at 1 inch. So it goes like that. I'm going to take this 1 inch piece and I'm going to use an embossing folder. And I'm just going to sandwich that so that my score line is right along the edge of that. And then I'm going to run this through the cut and emboss. So now I have to remember to get all the right parts and pieces out. So when you're doing this, this is a thick embossing folder. So you want plate number 1, the embossing folder, and then plate number 4, which is, let me show it to you. So you want the base plate, your cardstock, plate number 4 over the top of that. Run that through the machine. And hopefully it stays right on the line where it's supposed to be. There we go. And when I take that off, look how pretty that is. You get a textured 1 inch piece. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green glue, and this works great with this texture because, you don't have to get too carried away, because the texture has so many different levels that green glue will get right down inside there. And you're going to line your other piece of paper up, and I cut this one. I got dimensional papers everywhere. This one is 4 by 5.5. And I'm going to lay it onto my card right along that score line. Bring that over and hold that down. And sometimes if I feel like I need to, you can take a block or something that you have and just lay it on there just for a little bit, just to hold down the glue. And then I'm going to take some of this ribbon. Now this particular ribbon is a combination, so it has the petal pink and it has the white, both coordinated. I think I'm going to use the white this time. Like I said, you don't have to do it very long. But what's cool about this card now is that when you open it up, it's pretty on the inside. All right, so I'm going to take some ribbon and I'm going to tie it in a knot. And so I know I've taught this before, but If you're going to do a knot, you do 3 lengths, depending on where you're going to tie your knot. So 3 lengths of the card. I'm going the long way. If I were going the shorter way, if I cut my cardstock different, I would go 3. So it would just be a little smaller piece. But this will give you enough to tie a knot. And if you wanted to tie a bow, then you do 4 lengths. And that will give you enough to tie a bow. All right, so knots. You're going to come down like that. You're going to bring this piece over. This one's going to go through there. And then when you go to pull your knot, you want to just pull down, hold down on one of the tails and pull the other tail. If you do that, you will get a knot that is nice and flat. If you pull them at the same time, it'll twist. So that just gives you an idea to hold that down and pull one end. And then you've got a nice knot that lays flat. Look at that twisted. Even though I said it wouldn't. No, actually it's the knot that twists. That makes it, then it makes it bulky. So this, I'm going to trim off the tail here. This ribbon actually has a little, my scissors are kind of dull, has a diagonal on it already. So it's pretty easy to cut a diagonal. So there's that so far. Really a super simple card. Makes it really pretty on the inside. Oh heck. We could make it another birthday card. Kind of like it up there. Color. What color should I use? I could use mossy. Nice thing about this paper is that there's so many colors in it. So petal pink would work. Mossy meadow is one of the colors. Oh, mossy meadow. My mossy meadow is kind of dry, but we have a really quick birthday card. I just love that technique. That way you get both sides of your paper. And then once you've done that, if you want to, try my tip, Betty. Try the holding down the one tail on your knot and pulling just one end. And I'm telling you, it is a nice flat knot. I don't know where I learned that, but somewhere in my travels with Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, somebody taught me that. Now I could put some rhinestones or some embellishments or some gems or something on that. I don't know where they all are. Well, here, we'll use some of these. These are pretty. All right, so these are the in-color sparkly gems. And I'm using them because lots of the colors are in here. So the peach is in here. Even though these are, petal pink is not an in-color, the peach would work. So let's just go and put a couple of, oh, what the heck, we'll put a couple different colors. Which one? There. And that just gives it a little pizzazz. So really a simple card. All right. Time we got. Oh, almost time. I haven't even looked for questions, so doesn't look like anybody's put a question up. I am going to ask you to like my video because that helps me get it out there to more people. And then I'm going to open this up because I haven't opened it yet. This is my paper pumpkin for this month, and I got it a couple days ago, and I just took the plastic off, and then I left it alone. If you don't know what paper pumpkin is, it's a monthly subscription, and you get a kit with everything you need to make some great cards. So this one, oh, this is cool. So these are trees, and then some kind of a texture. Happy Father's Day to you. With love and admiration to the most amazing person. Oh, I love that. You're the best there is. And then Misty Moonlight, the color we were using tonight. Little ink spot. And then we'll take this out of here. I'm not going to do them. I just want to look at them. So you get, oh wow. So then you get 9 cards. I got to open it. Now I got to open it because you get wood envelopes. So you get 9 cards and 9 envelopes. Obviously masculine. Wouldn't necessarily have to be masculine. And then your instructions are in here. One of the reasons I love Paper Pumpkin is because it's a project I don't have to think about. I just get it and put it together. Oh, these are beautiful. They really are beautiful. All right, so you get your dimensionals. You get your, oh, look at the big glue dots. Those are so big. These wood envelopes, I love them. Look at those. Some layers that look like wood, inlaid wood. Those are pretty. And then some backgrounds, some tags to stamp on, some more layers of that beautiful wood I love. Oh, this base is espresso with a fun frame already printed on there. Oh, some more wood pieces. I think tonight I'm going to be playing. I love this paper. And then these are die cuts to make the cards. That's cool. I love it. I love this set. So you get your instructions. It's all laid out what needs to go with what. There is a little die set. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get this die set, which is the butterflies and the octagon and the thanks. And those actually were, they went with the last few months too. They kind of coordinated. Kind of a cute little die set. I like it. All right, what's this? Oh, and then you get this little flyer to put your stamp set in so you know what they look like. Those are the images. That's cool. I'm going to play with that tonight because I got nothing else better to do. So that's Paper Pumpkin if you haven't thought of it. I love the Thoughtful Journey cardstock. It is so beautiful. It's unbelievably beautiful. I'm going to come back on here. Let me see. Took my glasses off because I couldn't see. All right. Thank you, Diana, for liking and sharing the video. That will put you into the drawing for the cards I made, but not that one that I messed up. Betty Jo loves the colors. I can never get decent. Yeah, like I said, pull just one end of your ribbon. All right, does anybody have any questions? I just got a few minutes left. Kind of went through a lot tonight. Don't forget that to go class, this market, it's on my website, www.DDStamps.com. It's right at the top of my website. You can read about it and click on that and sign up. I'm going to close signups next week, get the product ordered, get it out to you by June 4th. I'm going to mail it June 4th. Next week I'm going to my daughter's house, so I won't be here next Thursday. So that happens. I think I've been pretty good coming every Thursday, but next week I'm going to be gone. So I will pop everybody's name who comments tonight into a hat, and somebody will get a card in the mail. My camera's dying. All right. Anyway, I think we survived. We survived. Quite a bit of the snow has fallen off the trees and melted. And I didn't even have to get Christmas stamps out today to make Christmas cards because seriously, I felt like it. All right, nobody has any questions? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. I'm really thankful that you all came to see me. And I love sharing what I do. It's been a lot of fun. I've really, I went deep into it. So lots of stuff on the horizon coming. New classes and stuff. So anyway, take care and have a great evening. Bye-bye.